Hello, 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 my dear friend. And yes, thank you for joining me. I'm glad to have you here listening to me in my next episode, my podcast, Pilgrim of the Path podcast. So, I wanted to just take a moment and let's just take a moment to breathe. Let's pause together. And because I know it just feels like everything is moving so fast lately. And you're not imagining it. It really. I've talked to a lot of people and everybody is agreeing that this year is really going fast. But it's so funny. We've been saying it every time, right? So it's just as if time is just speeding up. So anyway, so here's your invitation to just slow it down for a bit before things really speed up even more. And so when I say take a pause, I say to root yourselves before the momentum starts. And in this roots, to listen a little bit more closely, bring your awareness back into your space to things that really matter. So it is said that the 17th of February is the start of the year of the fire horse. This is according to the Chinese zodiac year. And this is really when there's a collective shift in the energy and it starts to move. So with fire horse, as I'm sure many of you know, fire horse, because there's so much on social media, everybody's talking about this now. But just to bring your awareness into what we're talking about, the fire horse carries movement, speed, action, courage, independence, breakthrough moments, bold, forward action. So they really feel expansive, exciting, but it can also feel overwhelmed if you're not centered and grounded, which is where the how can I say, which is where the crux is, or I don't know how to put it, but this is where the catch can come in. This is not the year to rush blindly. This is not the time to decide, how can I, this is not, this is about action. Last year has been a whole year of shifting and shedding skin, like we've talked about the snake, the symbol of the snake. Last year's been the very about letting go of stuff that's not serving you at the moment. So now, if you do feel that there are still things that are holding you back, now is the time to really focus on that. And as far as you can, bring your awareness to that so that by the time the momentum really kicks in, you are ready to take action. So, this is the year to move your awareness, to look where things are moving into which direction. A year to move with awareness, to find your life's purpose, to find your dharma, moving more closer to that. And to know why you are moving. It's just not, you're not just being here. There's something for you to do. And part of this journey is finding out. But if you are not aware of what's going on, it's going to take you a much longer time to do that. So, about the solar eclipse this month happening around the 17th of February, depending on where you are, um, I mean the time zones. So, okay, astrologically, eclipses act like a reset button, like an reinvention. They, yeah, it's not about shouting and forcing. But it's all about that power. They are extremely powerful, and they tend to shake up things, shedding light on shadows, uncovering truths, revealing truths, shake up that identity and direction. They mark new beginnings. Uh, so if you're planning on to start something new, that's the time. Um, yes, like I said, truths being uncovered, and it's just a different way of being. And I've talked about this also in a previous newsletters, having a strategy before you take that action. And this is what this time is all about, to make sure that you've got a solid strategy. So when that fire hose energy kicks in, you are ready to run, to move forward. But you have to listen. And interestingly, in India, um, when I was just looking at spiritual traditions and how they celebrate, um, in the Hindu tradition, it's a time for prayer, for fasting, ritual bathing. The temples close. The eclipse is viewed as a period of impurity that demands purification. So this is also very important. It's about purification, and the re-emergence of the sun is celebrated with fresh food, charitable acts, and mantras and all of that. So it's a very auspicious time. And with North American traditions, the eclipse is a time for quiet respect and stillness. Some nations teach that the sun is being visited or temporarily hidden for a reason. And that appropriate response is to go inside, to be quiet, and wait for the light to return. There is wisdom. There is ancient wisdom in this approach that aligns with today, with modern living. And this is so, yeah, very, very, how can I say, yeah, it's a very important time. So when one look at all of this, this is how why grounding practices are so important. Uh, Reflection and being in a conscious routine that's not about luxuries now, right now. Um, and it's not the time to really pay a lot of attention to your ego, but to go inwards and see where's that inner wisdom. And also, we've journeyed through the journaling journey where we spoke about self coaching, that inner wisdom. That's what journaling is about. To, yeah, to bring stillness into your life and seeing that you actually do have the answers. I actually read something beautifully this week, and it said that, let me just get that right, that your intuition already knew the answer. So you can say it as your inner self already knows the answer. The only fight that is arising from the answer and creating fear is your ego stepping in. It's not exactly the same quote, but it basically comes down to that. And I think it is marvelous. I love that quote. So remember, your intuition already knows the answer. The fear that is created is only your ego stepping in. And so from that, we move now to not really introducing, but just reminding you that all of this comes together. And this is actually why I created my online membership, the Pilgrim of the Path Circle. And it's not something else to keep up with. It's going on YouTube. There's so many stillness practices, advice, tools on online. but I wanted to create something that is your go-to. So you log in, you go to your portal, there's the tools that you need. You don't need to scroll and create more anxiousness, wasting more time of finding the right thing. Just coming to one place and there it all is. There it all, yeah. So there are three ways to walk this path with me. So I have created stillness, a soft place to land, and there's just simple practices for you to slow down and reconnect in your own time. The next one that's there available is rhythm. Rhythm are for when you are ready to build momentum, a conscious routine. As I do guide you from rhythm, I do guide you on a weekly basis for where to have your awareness. So you can, yeah, so that's rhythm. Then we move to presence, which is more of an intimate container where I do give you weekly themes to reflect on. But with presence, there's also twice a month we have online meetings, or not meetings, more satsangs, a place to where we can connect, integrate the practices in with one another, and playing tennis, if I can say that, what worked for you, what worked for you, what didn't work, all of those things. That's what we do, and that's with presence. So the membership starts in South African rand. We start at 79 rand per month and then up to 379. So, I mean, whatever you can afford. And with each one, there is resources for you to go in deeper, all the past practices we've done. So you can go back and listen again, do a sound journey again, do that meditation again, whatever, it's still in your resources. But as I call it, your wayfinder, because this is all about walking the path, being pilgrims, being before time, well, not before time, but before watches start and all these things on how did, navigating through the stars, listening to the trees, um, feeling where the water is, that ancient practices. So, so this is a time or a place for you to become quieter and to navigate on your own time, more what your inner soul is asking for. From there, I also would like to introduce that I quietly introduce. The link is not there yet, but I just want to, um, yeah, introduce it. So I'm going to do a 21 gratitude journaling journey starting from the 17th of February when the fire horse starts. And this is like it kind of grew out of the 4 week journaling journey that we've gone through. So if you remember correctly, in week 2 we talked about gratitude, and I find that gratitude really changes your way of viewing things. So I thought, or I felt, a 21-day gratitude journey is perfect to start the fire horse year. And yeah, it's amazing, and I find in my own life how through all the challenges, if you just make that switch on how grateful you are for things that you are not, that you've missed or taken for granted, if you start paying attention to those, how your problems are dissolving bit by bit and you are becoming a happier person. So, this is all about training, not really training, but rewiring your attention, your awareness. Yeah, rewiring your awareness. That's it. Grounding yourself into a lived experience. So, as the year picks up speed, we can take a bit of time, just a few minutes every day, just to come back and just see where our awareness is. And each day I'll share a short video with you with gentle prompts and going to the different aspects of gratitude through nature, through the body, through the senses, through your space, through emotions, compassion, and personal growth. So eventually, gratitude is not really a practice, but it becomes a way of living. Because a clear mind is stronger than a busy one, right? Am I wrong or am I right? But you don't need to find the answer now. All this is just making you aware what's coming, what is available, and yeah, so you don't need to chase what's meant for you. It will come. It will come when you are still and when you're aligned. What's aligned moves towards stillness. The busier you are, the more hectic your life becomes, and you attract that hectic energy. So just shift your gaze, shift your awareness, shift your energy, shift your frequency. Whether you want to join the membership, but by the way, the membership is already active. I'll drop the link in the description where you can go and visit and you can go see for yourself what it's all about, because I didn't really go into much depth now. I just mentioned the possible paths. But if you're really curious, I would invite you to just go on my website and read for yourself. And well, you're welcome to rewatch the journaling journey, the 4 weeks, and to see where um, that takes you. And I will definitely next week, the link will be ready so then you can join in with a journaling journey, the gratitude 21 day. Um, yeah, but you know what? But all, or simply just slow your breath after listening to this. I know this might have been a bit of a mouthful, but my hope is that you, yeah, take from this what really resonates with you, what you need to listen to, and step into the next cycle, the next chapter in this journey of ours, this path we are walking, being awake, rooted, grounded, and present. So, with that, I would like to thank you again for being here, listening to me. Take a deep breath in and let it all out. And with that, we will connect soon. I'll speak to you soon again. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful journey. And be kind to yourself. Always remember, be kind to yourself so that we can be kind to everybody around us. Namaste.